this is Emily. Welcome back to my channel, and guess what month it's about to be? Spooktober. So, this is probably the only time you're ever going to see me looking so gothic, because I usually don't wear my makeup this dark. However, in honor of it being Spooktober, I figured I'd get all witchy when we do this round of deck of cards. So, it's about halfway through the month of September, and I am confident I am going to 100% complete my whole TBR. I only have one book left that I'm required to read that's left on that TBR, plus I've read a whole plethora of other books because I've been a reading machine this month, so no punishment necessary for that. I figured with it being over the 6-month mark since I started doing my deck of cards, it's time to revamp the game. And so I decided to throw in some more twists by making face cards another reason to add a book. So if I draw more than 3 of the same face, that's going to also add on to the amount of books I have to pick. So I'm going to still be doing 5 picks. As you can see, the 9, 10, king, and 5 are all danger zone. So let's hope we don't pick anything there, because then we're going to have to add a book. But I guess now that we kind of gone over the board and the new rules, let's go on into my first shuffle and see what I'm going to be reading next month. On to our first pick. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards because I really need a good shuffle because haven't really shuffled them in a while. So let's do one more, and we're going to do a Joker, which I have not had this come up ever in the game, and basically with the Joker I can clear my whole board, so now everything is safe, and which is awesome. Look at this lovely clean slate that we're starting with, so I'm really liking this month so far. Now I just have 4 more picks to go. On to our second pick. So we're gonna do one more shuffle. We got a 6, and it's a 6 of hearts, so I will put a magnet on my 6 and my hearts on the board. For my first book, for my second pick of the game, I'm going to choose A Rogue of One's Own by Evie Dunmore. This is the second book in a romance series where it's kind of set back in the historical times while women's suffrage is kind of starting to take hold. So we have a lot of strong women characters who are fighting for their rights and stuff, which is really interesting to read. And I'm excited to see the second installment of the series where we're following a whole new set of characters. I believe this one, it's following Lady Lucy and Tristan are going to be our 2 main leads for this book. So I'm excited to see how the love story unfolds. Just a quick overview of the nice bare board. We're still 100% safe everywhere. Now let's go on into the third pick. Time to shuffle these cards again, and let's hope the game is nice to me. Which I guess is kind of hard not to be nice to me because we're pretty much with a clean slate, so I don't know why I'm asking it to be nice to me. But maybe in the future it can be nice again. Anyways, we have an ace and another heart. Well, on the heart side, we're in the danger zone, but aces are still safe. So let's go ahead and pick a book off my top shelf, and I'll grab that and show you what I'm going to read next month. Okay, so I've come up with my second book. I figured I was going to continue on with the series that I recently read the first book of, and that is Brandon Sanderson's Starsight. I recently read Skyward in like 2 days. Absolutely loved it. And I'm excited to continue on because I'm really enjoying the series, and I want to see what happens next. Anyways, let's go ahead and do our 4th shuffle and see what the cards have in store. So we're going to do a nice, lovely shuffle there. And what do we have? We have a 4 of clubs, which is nice because that's one of my manga shelves, so it'll be a nice quick read. And there is a couple of non-mangas on the shelf, but I'm probably going to stick to a manga just because I want something quick and short to read anyways. So for my 4th pick, I am choosing Saga Volume 5. I've really enjoyed the read so far, and I'm excited to see what's in store for these characters in the next installment. So can't wait to dive on into this. Now we're on into our last and final pick, hopefully. if we're going based off of the board, everything's safe but the heart. So as long as I don't draw another heart face card, I should be good. If not, I guess I'll be adding another book on, but right now it's just going to be 4 books, so I can handle 5 books if I add another one on. It's just if I had to keep on adding after that, it's a whole nother story. So let's go ahead and do one last shuffle and see what I'm going to be wrapping up this month with. Hopefully. I might jinx myself. You never know. So we're going to shuffle, and it's going to be a 7 of hearts. So I'm going to have to add a book, but that's okay because that's only going to put me up to 5 books, which I can definitely handle. But let me go ahead and grab the book I'm going to choose off the shelf over here and see what we're going to read. So I decided to add something slightly dark and twisted for this month's TBR to kind of keep in the theme of it being Spooktober. And that is called The Coroner by Avril Ashton. And it's a book where we have this guy named Daniel Nito who is on the hunt for his wife's killer and ends up chaining the suspected killer, Stavros, in his basement and torturing him. And from there, we're probably going to have some Beauty and the Beast style Stockholm Syndrome going on. And so we're going to see what happens. Just from this synopsis, I'm kind of getting some Killing Stalking vibes just from reading it. I don't know if you ever read that webtoon series, pretty dark and stuff, but that's what I'm getting from this, and I'm kind of interested to see what's going to happen in this novel, and hopefully I enjoy it because I've never heard of Avril Ashton before, so it's going to be my first time picking up their works. And this is a self-published novel. So, of course, with self-publishing, you can get away with a lot more stuff than you can mainstream. So, I'm really excited to see if this is going to be really gory or not. Because a lot of times when you do mainstream media publishing, they have to cut a lot of the excess gore and stuff out just for it to be publishable, which kind of sucks. But that's why some instances like these, it's interesting to see indie authors and all that. Plus, it's a great way to support them. So I am excited to check this book out, and I'm looking forward to reading it. So let's move on to our hopefully final pick. I thought it was last time and I jinxed myself. You know, I always jinx myself with these things, so not going to get my hopes up too much. So we're going to do a nice little shuffle. And we have a 3 of diamonds. So I'm going to go pick a book, show you what I got, and we're safe because I haven't had any diamonds or 3s yet, which is great. So this last pick was a little bit more difficult for me. I have 2 books that kind of fit that spooky vibes, and that's Phantom of the Opera and Horror Store. But I think I'm going to lean more towards trying to tackle the Phantom of the Opera because I haven't read any classics in a while. So let me add this on my TBR. I might try to squeeze in Horror Store too if I get around to it or get in the mood to read it. But I am definitely reading the Phantom of the Opera next month to wrap up this month's TBR. Sorry. I had to pause my recording because someone was driving by like thumping their bass as loud as possible, which is really annoying with cons of living in a city. So I'm going to wait for them to drive by so I can go back to recording because I can feel my whole apartment shaking while I wait. I don't know if you could hear it on camera, but it's very obnoxious out there. Okay, now that we had that little mini break aside while I waited for the music to die down, I have finally figured out the 5 books I'm going to be reading next month. So we got a nice wide range of genres to choose from romance to sci-fi to a classic and a mystery thriller. So I'm going to be all over the board genre-wise next month. So I'm really excited for that. So anyways, that's it for today's video. Besides reading these 5 books, I'm also planning on participating in a month-long readathon hosted by Spoops. So I'm probably going to film that video after this one and show you what I'm reading on that end. I just didn't want to include them in this TBR because the prompts that were on that were very genre specific on a lot of things, so I knew it was going to be really hard with my game to try to pick some stuff. If any of these books do fit that prompt, I will use them. If not, I will have some other books, and I'm going to tell you what I'm planning on reading for that in another video, so stay tuned and check that one out. And I guess that's it for today. If you enjoyed, feel free to click the like and subscribe button down below, and I hope to see you guys next time.